Anyways, so yeah, the U.S.-Iran tensions, man, that's something else. Like, it's funny because like so many people are just so I don't know how to say this without sounding like without sounding like a dick, but like so many people are so retarded and they just don't understand things. And it's just like, well, what's the point? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they think that they understand everything about U.S. politics, but the thing about U.S. politics and the thing about politics in general, it is so insanely complex that you can't just go to war now. No matter how much you want to, you can't just go to war. And even with Iran is trying to show a level of might on the world stage. They're trying to basically do what Korea does. But it's like you can't just do that. And the thing about it, hey, what's up, Devious, man? How you doing? I even know militaries that are panicking. Like the thing about the U.S. is, and by all means, Devious, if you want to pop in voice chat, man, I'll be there. I'd be happy to talk about this with you since you actually have an insider track versus what I do. Like I'm just an outsider looking in from a observer perspective. But like, you know, the U.S. spends $600 billion on their military. If they want to create a smoking crater where your country used to be, they have the firepower. Like, you know, Iran and its like handful of bombs in the grander scheme of things is not going to deter anything. Like, you know, Iran, just like North Korea, they're kind of lucky they're just still around. And that's just really the truth. Once again, I'm not a political analyst. I'm not a military strategist. I'm just a guy looking at the numbers on a page and seeing what's happening and putting dots together. But what I think about the tensions right now is I think Iran is scared. Because Iran, I don't think thought they were going to get bombed out on an airport runway, but they did. And mind you, Trump is also a complete idiot when it comes to the military. He has no idea what's happening. Can we do a Google search and see what countries have alliances with Iran? Yeah, we absolutely can. Let me just make sure. Gotta make sure I know what page I'm on because, you know, God forbid I hit the wrong key and something in my history pops up. Ooh. Actually, okay, can we do a search? Yes. Do I want to do this search and have CISA or whatever the hell the Canadian Observing Agency watching what I'm doing? That's a whole other story. And I don't have a VPN right now. Probably should have had that. Yeah, let's see here. Countries. Oh, let's see here. So Iran could find allies in the Arab world, including Syria, Lebanon, Kuwait, and Iraq. Well, considering they just launched a missile into Iraq, I don't really know the validity of that statement. Who are Iran's biggest allies? Oh, thank God, Investopedia. Oh, thank you, Lord. So Lebanon, Russia, Venezuela. Okay. Venezuela ain't attacking no one. Venezuela's trying not to rip itself apart right now. That's not an ally. That's a burden. Okay, you ain't getting no help from Venezuela. As opposed to Russia, that's an actual problem, and that would actually be, I think, the bigger threat than anything else would be Russia stepping in, because now that, while they still don't have the military spending and the absolute firepower that the US has, Russia has actual firepower. So does China. They have real weapons that real people are scared of. You know, they're not like Canada rattling a saber, or North Korea that can't do anything. Like, you know, Russia and China, they would actually be real problems that the U.S. would have to tackle right then and there and handle. What's up, Devious? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, dude.
Oh, I missed your
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
voice. Okay, what's your thought on this? Because once again, you are ex Navy, right?
Marine engineer, 12 years.
Marine. Okay.
Served in Afghanistan and the Iraq conflict.
Marine
Both
is Navy, right? I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, just making sure. Like, you know, there's like Green Berets and everything's like a branch of something else. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Devious thoughts. Go.
I came in just to chat, really. I don't really care about the conflict because the problem with wars, hashtag World War III and bullshit like that, is it's all completely and totally political. The military don't have a say.
Yeah.
Believe it, you know, they're the ones doing the killing.
Yeah.
But the military, even though they are human beings, you need to picture them as just a tool. They don't action on their own. They need go ahead. You know, so nothing is going to happen until the politicians get their testicles out of their purses or ask their wives for them back, and they go and do something. They do some politicking, because there's a scant few politicians that actually do politics these days. They just tend to do sensationalism rather than politics.
Right. No, that's totally fair. No, I just thought it was interesting
the US
because
wants Russia to get involved, because Russia can be the bad guy that no one will bully.
yeah, like
The
if
US
somebody
can't
was going to
really
get
be
beat
more of a
up,
political bad guy.
like if Russia stepped in and somebody in a war was going to get beat up, it was going to be Russia, not Iran. Iran would probably go to Russia to use Russia as like the scapegoat.
Oh yeah, Russia could turn Iraq, Afghanistan, and most of the UAE into a glass carpet,
Right.
and we wouldn't know about it. The suppression would be so strong that, you know, the reports of, you know, in air quotes, war crimes would only come out later. But the thing is sort of like, what's the new war that was waged on the West? The
war on capitalism?
No.
The war on freedom.
We're all infidels, and it's another.
Oh,
war,
the jihad or whatever the hell.
Well, we're already in a jihad.
Oh, then I don't know. I call it the war on freedom.
That's from the Iraq/Afghanistan war. So that's the jihad that we're still in. That's from Saddam Hussein's reign.
Right.
Someone else has recently come out and said that, you know, the West.
Got me, man. There's so many of these like little titled wars or little titled like initiatives now that they kind of all just blend together on my end.
Well, yeah, we're in a jihad, but we're also in another war now.
Look, if you're in another war with another set of brown people, I don't know what to tell you. Like, yeah, they're really all the same thing.
Nut jobs are kicking the ass out of it. So
yeah, exactly. It's whatever the new one is. It's ignorable. I am sure. And I can say that as a brown person. That's why I get the right to say that. But yeah, so how you been, buddy? What's new? Happy New Year.
Oh, yes. All the best.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
You and I haven't got to talk since the last time that we were talking.
Shocker.
I know, right? It's crazy how that works. But yeah, how did I remember last time you were doing an audio script for some girl.
Yeah, now I'm doing an audio book.
Oh, very cool. Which new one, old one, existing one?
For Audible.
Okay. Very cool.
A Dark Horse Dreamt of Nightmares.
That's the name of the book?
That is the name of the book. It's a collection of very dark stories.
Let's
put it this way. It opens so strongly. The first one has torture in it. Graphic torture.
Look, I'm just saying it might not be Friday night, but for $20 I can be down.
Yeah.
Like let's see here. You do seem to have an audio book worthy voice. Oh yeah, he's done a few audiobooks.
Thank you, Damien. That's very kind.
Oh, please. Hooker, don't you even. You've been getting compliments since day one. For 4
And
years now, you've been getting compliments. My sister and my mom still ask about you.
it is always very kind that people like something about me.
I hate you.
I've probably mentioned this a million times, but because it's my voice, it is as familiar to me as like the back of your hand.
Right.
It is just a part of me. And I mean, sure, if people were walking around saying, "Oh my, you've got a wonderful cock," that would be, that'd be wonderful too. But I'd get a bigger head over that than I would over my voice. It's just like saying you have nice hair or something to me. It's such a disconnect, because it's weird to say the back of my hand is so sexy,
Right.
and it's not. It's just the back of your hand. You get me?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's
I get
just
you.
my voice. I don't register it as being a thing.
Mhm.
So it's always incredibly flattering when someone likes something about you.
That's fair.
And when they like something that I don't think is normally worthy of note.
Hey, I sound okay on your end, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
You
not
sound
cutting
fine.
out or anything?
I didn't hear you laugh.
No, I wasn't. Like, I was one of those, like air laughs.
Ah,
Like, you know, sometimes, like, you're laughing so hard, like, you actually can't, like, get the sound going.
mm.
Yeah.
But no, you're not cutting out in
Okay.
that case. That's the
I've
only thing
been
I
messing
noticed
with
that.
my compressor threshold all day today.
Ah,
Because, like, since I have my optical keyboard, it is, like, kind of on the little bit of the loud side. Like, you can hear that.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, so trying to make sure so when I'm type, it just doesn't do that. But yeah, how far is this book along?
You're gonna have to get all ghetto and start wrapping the mic in foam.
Never. Yeah. You haven't heard the voice changer in forever and a day.
No, I haven't, and
You love
glad
it.
to know that I
You
still
love
hate
it.
it. Do
Oh,
something with that voice changer that is interesting.
never.
That's going to be the biggest
Nope.
challenge.
That would be a good use of $300. Nope. This is supposed to be a terrible use of $300.
Oh my god, and it most definitely is.
Those are called achievable goals. But yeah, no, like what this is what your fourth audiobook, right?
No, I think it's only the second.
Is it? No, because
I
the
don't
first one
even
you did
know.
was back in 2015.
I 100% legitimately don't know.
Huh. I remember the
one?
first time I heard Devious, I thought he had a voice changer. Yeah, I'll be honest. The first time I met him, I thought so too.
Well, that's weird though. I mean, you hear how your voice sounds on a voice changer, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So what voice changer would do this?
An
I don't
incredibly
think
high
my
quality one
voice
that I did not know
sounds
existed.
false. Yeah.
Like the type of voice changer I think would do that would be the person who owns it would have more money than Jeff Bezos.
Everyone would sound like Liam Neeson.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I thought so too, man. You're not alone.
Mm.
But yeah, so what else is new? What'd you do for Christmas? Besides forget it was Christmas.
Yeah, forgot it was Christmas. Also forgot it was my birthday.
What? When was that?
But that's back in September, though.
Oh,
But I'm just saying that I really don't register these dates. Because again, after going away and working all those dates, it's just another work. It becomes just another working day when you're deployed.
yeah.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The celebration. It is just another working day.
Right.
It's not going to get you out of theatre. They're not going to fly you home just because it's your birthday. No, you're stuck there just like everybody else, and you have to do your duties just like everybody else.
Yeah. And that's yeah. Because I remember on Discord you said like, you know, you didn't even realize it was Christmas till I had said Merry Christmas to everyone. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Legit don't register those days anymore. It is just another day.
Yeah. What else have you been up to besides the audiobook?
Actually, not a whole lot to talk about as far as my endeavors are concerned. I mean, I studied biology. I've been on a few podcasts. I've been on a few streams with people. People have been wanting me to record things for them.
Uh-huh.
And it's the same old shit, different day. I mean, if I'd done something quite noteworthy, I've rather unsurprisingly forgotten about it.
Well, that's fair. You do a lot. Do you
just-
still do your new show?
I don't do that anymore now.
No.
People always ask me to start it up again, but it came at I was ill. I had to stream. I was behind in my studies. I had exams coming up. It was just absolute fucking hell. So something had to give, and I knocked the streaming on the head because the one thing that I forced myself to do is because it was a news show. I had to be aware and versed about what it was that I was talking about. So if I was to say, this thing has been released, I need to know why this thing is important, what demographic it's aimed at,
Yeah.
who wants it and who doesn't. Somebody must want it, otherwise what's the point in talking about it?
Yeah.
You know, I need to know the background of it, and that was the kicker of it. Each show would come with 2 hours of research beforehand.
Yeah, I think I was reading like an hour before today's show, just like quickly finding out what was inside some of these things.
I mean, it's not so bad when you just do hit pieces, but when people come to you for genuine information, you need to provide that information to them.
Oh, heck yeah.
And it's live as well. It's not like you can just go Google it. You know, someone asks you a question, you've got to respond to it.
Yep.
So, I mean, again, it's not like a YouTube video, you know, where it's just, this is the information, you absorb it.
Oh, no, I remember,
it's
man.
an
Like,
interactive
remember,
process.
you and I used to do this thing for like 3 hours. Like, it was, I remember back then, it was a lot of extra work. That's kind of why I like the hit pieces now. Just get in, get out, touch on any quick highlight moments, and boom, man. Blow the doors and call it Sally.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah. So no games?
Oh, God, loads of games.
Oh, that's good.
I'm still a card-carrying nerd.
Are you
variety.
Fortnite people?
I'm not Fortnite people now.
They're the worst kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
This is
I've
why
seen you play it.
I love it. It's fun. It's fun because I get to play with other people.
I'm not going to kink shame you. There are things in this world that people like, and I just have to accept the fact that I will never understand it. And it's just that simple.
I just pre-ordered Last of Us Part 2. Is that coming out?
Last of Us.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to get a PS5?
No.
Why not?
Because I have a 16-core Threadripper, 32 gig of RAM, and I guess the lowest part of all that is my 1080.
Whoa, so, when did you get a Threadripper, and what Threadripper you got?
Let me pull up my Dubry what's it.
Man, maybe you and Till in Discord should be having a chat. He just built out a Threadripper 3 or whatever it's called. He got the 24-core edition.
The Threadripper 3. You know, it's not very often that you can say a generational upgrade is worth getting, but
right,
that's like a 20% advantage on the last generation. 20%.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy shit.
That is. It's bananas how much of an improvement that is.
If you look at that, if you look at it on Intel's side, it's barely 5% most of the time, and that's when it's big.
Oh yeah. Intel is like We did 7% this year. Oh my God.
But yeah, a 20% performance advantage just for a generational upgrade. That's pretty fucking crazy.
Like, I think my next personal rig I'm gonna get will be a 3900X, because in Canada the Threadripper is just way too much money. Like, I would actually have to get a second and a third job to afford one.
I don't know what it is about Canada. Perhaps your politicians need to do more trade agreements, because you pay through the nose for shit.
Yeah. Like here, I'll show you on chat right
it's
now.
a 2950X, by the way.
Oh, okay. The 3970X, which is the 32 core, is $2,700, and the 24 core that Till has is $2,000. Like, they get up there in price. They are not cheap, and that's just the processor. You still got to get the motherboard.
I don't know how to translate that into Canadian DevDobs, but that's
that is Canadian DevDobs.
Very expensive.
No, that is the Canadian DevDobs.
Yeah, but I don't know what $2,500 is expensive, but I mean, it's like when I was in Tromsø in Norway, and it was my first experience with the currency krona.
Right.
And I went to the bank because we were going out for a beer. So I went to the hole in the wall, and I had options of like 200 krona or sort of like 38,000 krona.
Okay.
Okay, I understand those numbers are bigger, but what do I buy with that? Do I buy a packet of cigarettes, or do I buy a house?
Gotcha. Okay, so in the US, the 32 core is $2,000 on the US MSRP, which is the base price.
Okay.
So it's $3,000 for us here in Canada. So it's 33% more than the US price. So that's just, look, when you're dealing with any type of pricing, 33% of anything is a boatload of money comparatively for what you're probably getting.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Like, if at any point you got any bill and it was 33% higher than your next door neighbor who had literally, the same exact thing, you'd be wondering what the hell.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the comparative rationing for that statement.
No. It's I don't understand though. I mean, you have, all right, it's a reasonable sized ocean, but I mean, it's pretty much just a scooch across.
It's not even between waterways. It's a road. We're connected.
No, well, okay, yeah, that there is the upper part, but I mean, you can like scooch across to like Japan and just get it.
Oh, yeah. I got nothing for that. It's just, I don't understand it. I don't understand geopolitics like that in that respect. I just look at it like, as on the consumer side of, I am getting raked over the coals day in and day out, and it sucks.
As far as geographic locations are concerned, and myself being UK based, I mean, Japan is almost the exact opposite side of the planet.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and Korea and things like that.
Well, Asia.
Yeah. Whereas yourself, over the left-hand side of your little plot of land, just a small little boat ride. I don't understand why it's so expensive for you.
Yeah, and as soon as I ever have an answer for that, you will be the first one I tell. Because
that would be a very interesting thing to know, I think.
It would be, and I don't think I'll ever get an actual honest answer out of anyone, because everyone has their own little part of that entire sphere that they complain about, and that's the reason why. So I have to figure out what all the reasons are and then glue the whole sphere back together.
I mean, genuinely weird thing is sort of like, for that kind of cash, it's pretty much going to cost you the same money if you were to buy it from the UK and then have it shipped to you.
Yep. So, Depending how the dollar trades, I might actually get it slightly cheaper. So
Wow.
that's also a thing.
Mm.
I remember in grad school, man, I would actually like watch the
You're doing the
dollar.
wrong thing.
Pardon?
You're doing the wrong thing, Griff. You're doing the wrong thing. You need to start a shipping company. I'll be your manager. I'll organize the troops. And yeah, we'll make a killing in your country.
Yeah, right? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We'll just ship it all up here, call it good. Let's see here. I must say this is completely unrelated to anything, but it has been weird to be on Twitch again. I haven't really used Twitch since I was a regular here. God damn. Well, that makes two of us. Cause I haven't been here all 2019.
Ooh.
Yeah, I took another year off. I was working full time at the oil company and then finishing up my degree.
But one thing that did happen is I both had and ended a relationship.
I demand details now.
Well, she was a streamer.
Yeah.
Mm. And we got chatting. One thing led to another. She was wooed by my sultry tones.
Oh, yeah, like every girl who is.
And it was... spoiler alert, she was batshit fucking crazy. She referred to her as...
This was a woman, right?
This was a woman.
Pretty sure that's called normal.
I know. So she referred to herself as empathic. You know, she doesn't so much as experience emotions herself, she reflects them, you know. So, I know. So that was my first red flag. And I said to her, you know, that's not empathic, that's sociopathic. You know there's a difference, right? Later on in the relationship, I was just, you know, she asked me about a thing, asked me my opinion on a thing. And so I gave her this opinion, and she flipped at me, said I was mansplaining.
Oh.
So actually used the words mansplaining.
Oh.
And I turned around to her and said, it's not mansplaining. It's an actual act of communication. If we don't both understand that we're singing from the same hymn sheet, it becomes a Tower of Babel. Or should I explain Tower of Babel to you?
Oh, God.
So, savageness was had. And she... I basically said she started doing vagaries and things like that, and I'm like, look, it's just not worth the hinting. It's done, you know.
Oh.
We're over.
Did you at least, you know, seal the deal?
Oh no.
Oh my God. You went through all of that and you got nothing worthwhile.
I went through all of that and I got nothing worthwhile, yes.
Oh my God. So, I'm only talking about this on air. Well, one, because it's hilarious, and two, I have zero respect for other people's privacy. But, okay, so I had a Tinder date back in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this girl was, you know, I'm not going to say she was ugly by any stretch. Like, you know, she was different. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with different.
No, nothing wrong with different. Not at all. You know, different's only a problem if you're intending to keep it. But I'm never in the mood to keep it. So, you know, different's fine. Anyways, we're sitting in my car, and she wanted to do this date in the car. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, you know, hey, if I don't have to spend money on you, that you're already 10 points ahead of the next girl. But
okay, well, for me, red flag number one, but still carry on.
But I didn't tell her anything about my medical credentials. Okay,
Mhm.
I always keep that very, very private. The only time you would learn about it would be way later on in any relationship. I would never be upfront about that type of stuff. That's actually what's nice about having the computer science degrees. I can just like, what do you do? Computer science. You know, it's in, it's out. But
Mhm.
anyways, so I'm like, so what are you into? She's like, oh, I'm into like this all natural herbal kind of like psychedelic like
Fucking healing crystals.
healing crystals like in, and I'm not sure if healing crystals was said, but like based on the conversation I had, it actually could have been said, and it was literally the lowest tier of the crazy ladder. Like the ladder
Yeah,
got
I know.
pretty
I had
high
to sit
pretty
through a
quick.
conversation of people talking about ghosts the other day. Like people pretending to have a scientific background in scientific analysis and critical thinking talking about ghosts.
Oh, okay.
And
Hang on.
I
Oh,
was
we're
like,
gonna touch on that crazy train here in a second. But anyways, this girl's talking about like eating berries in Peru. Like she's like, oh, I've been to South America
mm-hmm,
and I went to the jungle and I met this shaman and
mm-hmm,
he gave me these berries and like it's like an out of body experience and after you take them for like a little bit you can see your own soul, your own self, and like you can talk to it and it can give you insight into what's going to happen to you in the future. And being
mm-hmm.
regardless of what people say about me, okay, being the gentleman that I am, didn't smash this girl's world into 1,000 pieces as much as I
No,
probably by all North American standards should have. I didn't.
no. I mean, you don't. The polite thing to do is just let them chunder on. Let them
Yes, but this was like,
believe the
you
things that they
honey,
want to
you
believe,
didn't
and the
you
rest
didn't
of the
just
world can have science, facts, and biology, and so on and so forth.
Yes, but this wasn't like a simple, like, I'm a passenger on the crazy train. This girl was Canadian Crazy Pacific. Like, she owned the train, owned the railway, and all the maintenance crew to keep that train running right along. Like, this girl was nuts. In fact, so I think it was either during the conversation with her in the car, okay? So remember, she is no further from me than this cup me grabbing was. I'm
Mm.
pretty sure I unmatched with her on Tinder, like low key did it, but I'm pretty sure I did it during the conversation. I'm just like, this girl doesn't have my number. Thank God I didn't give it to her, and I'm just gonna, just quickly pop off so she can't find me ever again. But this girl was like I have had some crazy girls in the past. I've met some, and this girl made every other girl look sane as hell. Ain't no girl I ever seen that crazier than this hooker.
That's the problem with this substance abuse. I mean, she claims it was spiritual and things like that, but I mean, that's what LSD does. It
Yeah,
makes you
she was taking
think
LSD.
you can
Absolutely.
feel or experience a higher purpose. And if you take more of it, you could just get closer, but you don't. You just become a wreck. You just,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's it's not fucking spiritual. It's not mind opening.
She was next level crazy. That is for damn sure. Like,
Mm.
oof. I don't miss that one. I kind of okay. Do I regret not taking it for a test drive? At least kicking the wheels a little bit, tiny bit, tiny bit. I kind of regret not kicking the wheels.
I mean,
But at the same time
it's.
though, I feel like if I got into that death trap, it could have ended pretty badly for me.
I'm gonna go with no. I would have walked away from that and felt happy because, from the sounds of things, sex wouldn't have been that great. She would have opened you up to things like tantric sex. But whoa,
Um,
whoa, whoa, whoa! What do you mean tantric sex, bitch? I want to choke you and spank you. I'm not into just this like being in the next room and experiencing one another. No, this is
Well, I've had one of those girls already, and that was actually pretty fun. But this girl would have been like, I have a feeling that, okay, so you're not wrong. Okay, this girl would have been on the crazy boat. But I don't think it would have been like, hey, I want to try all these weird fun things. I think she would have tried to harvest one of my kidneys. I
Quite
think
possibly.
I would have woken up in a bathtub of ice and a kidney missing. Okay? I think that's the crazy level we were at here. She might not have openly admitted to it, but she was already so far gone by the time we got into the car that it was just like, yep.
I
Yep.
take that back. You know when I said a red flag at the beginning?
Uh-huh.
Having the date in the car? Sure, that's unusual and quirky and yeah. But it's not actually a bad thing now I come to think about it.
Like I said, I'd have to spend money on her. Hey, that's a win for me, man. That keeps me wanting to do the date. Like, I have a very hard rule now, okay? And I mean, this rule is in stone, and unless you are like 20 out of 10 hot, I'll be honest with you, even if you're 20 out of 10 hot, unless I know your pants are coming off, there's a good chance I'm still not gonna waver from this like in stone rule, but I will not spend more than $7 on a first date for that person. Meaning the most they ever get is coffee at least and bubble tea at very best. And I say bubble tea because that is what costs $7. So that means I still get, even if I don't get in between you, I still get to have a big cup of sugar and some tapioca balls. So I win in the end. Okay, this is all about Rex.
That's actually quite reasonable. I mean, buying them coffee or something like that. No, that's perfectly fine. I mean, in any other situation, you know, we're in current year and equal sexes are equal, so that means I always go Dutch.
That's the thing, like being the gentleman, I'm willing to, once again, I will shoulder the cost, but the cost will not exceed $7. Like,
Yeah,
I'm fine with it, because honestly,
reasonable.
based on the things that I do with my money, what is $7 in all honesty? Like, you know, I upgraded all my production equipment to cinema lenses this year. Each lens was like $600. So what's $7?
You have a problem. But
Shut it. Shut it. That is a different daily chat for a different day. That is definitely not anytime soon. But, you know, $7 is fine. And that's where I kind of draw the line. Now, was there like some circumstances where I've had to like waver because I knew I could close the deal sooner rather than later? Yes. Will I make adjustments? Possibly, if I know for sure we're going to skip dates 1 and 2 and move right to date number 3 at the very end. Then yeah, absolutely, I will skip right through. No problem. $20? Absolutely. Here, take it. But if I have to go through the effort and the work and talk to you and pretend to get to know you because, I don't know, for some reason you think that matters.
You see, for me, I'm the polar opposite to you. I don't mean it in sort of like the dating scenario. The dating scenario, I'm quite similar, but I've always been a relationship kind of guy.
You know, I used to be a relationship kind of guy, and I had so many bad ones that I've just moved to the 3 nights and please go away kind of thing. Yo, what's up, Court?
But
How
I
you
think
doing?
I think that's where society is in general. I don't think you're the only person that's there. I think many of the lady variety, let's say, are in that same sense and sensibility. I mean, they've got their own fucking flats or places, and they've got their own jobs and their own fucking things, and all they want to do is put their scruffy, comfy clothes on,
Yeah,
and watch their shows. They don't want other people in that. They still want company. They still want, you know, a partner of a sort. But that the word partner has changed from what it used to be. You know, like partner would have been, you know, someone just a serious significant other. I mean, that's
right.
where significant other comes from, isn't it? You know, I mean, it genuinely is. And hi, Co Tempest. It definitely is the other half of you, so to speak, if you were to think about it romantically.
Right.
But now it really isn't. Now it's just it. It's more of a.
Look,
It's a booty call, but with affection.
yeah, exactly. But
Yep.
I can't be bothered. That's just and Court knows me better than probably anyone else that interacts with me on a very frequent basis. Court knows me the best, and he knows exactly, like, he knows all about the $7 rule. And I'm sure, like, him being on the other side of this fence of, you know, him having you know, the other side of the non-single life that I have. He can, I'm sure he has his own, like, kind of take on it. And, like, you know, maybe he agrees with my $7 rule. I'm pretty sure everyone should. I save money. An accountant would be proud of me.
It's well, there's nothing wrong with being in a relationship. The problem is getting married, or the litigation involved in a long-term relationship.
Yeah, I will never get married. I own way too many nice things.
Isn't it true in America, if you just like live together for 4 years, in certain states, of course,
Yes.
that you are, for all intents and purposes, married anyway?
Yeah, if you're
so
common,
when you break up, they still get half of your shit?
In the state of California, if you're common law for like six years, I think, yeah, you're considered married by the state. And thus she gets half your stuff. And I don't want to give up my brand new cinema lenses I bought because they're really nice.
Yeah, I can't.
I would rather be single for the rest of my life. Because you know what?
Me too. Yeah. I mean, there's no, there is nothing. I mean, I've already been through a divorce, so I've got nothing left to give.
Yeah, exactly. And you just came off the crazy train with another one, so you know you're good.
Yeah.
So was this girl that you met, was she in the UK?
No, she's from Florida.
Oh my God! Devious dated Florida woman.
No, not Floridian. No, my bad. No, not Floridian.
How could you take that away from me?
I always, you know, you've heard the term Florida man, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And just generally batshit crazy. I always kind of like akin that to her, but it was actually Philadelphia.
Aw, Philadelphia's nice. I love Philadelphia. Two of my good friends are from Philly.
I'm sure it is nice.
What's up, Pork Chop? How you do, buddy? And don't sweat it. I've seen some booty robots. You're golden. Damn straight. Me, Devious, and Kevin, all three of us booty robot people. Let's go. We got this.
Oh yeah.
Does it keep you warm at night? It does if you plug it in. So there you have it. But
but again, this is even me speaking from. Am I a broken man? Maybe.
Yes.
But this is even me speaking. I'm you know, the guy who likes to cuddle on the couch.
No, that's normal.
You know, one of the things that I love about, you know, relationships and stuff like that is, you know, the contact, the occasional, you know, just like stroke on the shoulder as you just pass by, or you know,
simple things like that are great. Don't get me wrong; those simple things are fantastic. But you gotta remember, I
sometimes call myself a dog. I'm a very easy pet to keep.
Yes,
you just pat me on the head, give me a cuddle occasionally, and the occasional feed, and I'm yours for life. That's it.
Yeah, see, I'm definitely in the opposite boat. I already know how to cook and clean. I don't need you for that.
Oh,
like you need to bring something that's going to be valuable. I can tell you, since when you met me in 2014. Yeah, you met me in 2014. So since between that time and now, I have become so like result and value driven in terms of everything that it has bled right into my personal life, to the point where even now I look at it like, yeah, what's the value I'm going to get out of this? That feels like I'm going to take a loss. I'm going to go ahead and pass.
Cost-benefit analysis with people, it always turns up bad.
It does.
Because no one can do a cost-benefit analysis on people well.
Look, I'm not saying I'm doing a great job. I'm just saying that I'm doing an honest job. Okay, and like I said, nobody's really coming up in a positive black line. They all seem to bleed into the red pretty hard.
Yeah, and they always will.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. When somebody creates a cost-effective female, please let me know, and I will take 5.
You can't possibly. It will never, unless you just suddenly somehow start dating a nicer version of yourself. Then, I mean, that won't work. Because, holy shit.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Trying to find 2 perfect 10s in one world is like trying to find 2 infinity stones in the same city. Look, it can be done, but you probably have to go back in time to make it happen.
Yeah, so it just ain't gonna happen. But still, I mean, it was a horrifying thought while it was there. And hi, Porkchop.
Oh my god, that has been something else.
Well, when you judge people from an outside perspective, unless you are genuinely analyzing their performance, they aren't going to come up.
Yeah.
No one comes up on this in the black, so to speak. You're always going to find more red flags. But that's the thing about relationships. It's finding someone that is willing to put up with your shit, your particular brand of shit.
Yeah, I have found that person. It was a mirror.
Yeah.
And me and that mirror get along great every single day. It pays me a compliment, slaps me on my butt, tells me to do a good job, and you're doing great. It is fantastic. Best relationship I've ever had. That is the most supportive person in my whole life.
Can I have your mirror?
You can, but results vary. Oh my god, dude, unfortunately, man, it's 11:30. I'm still doing job hunting, so I got to get up early for like business hours to keep doing applications. It sucks, man. Okay, so just a quick insight into just like a big oopsie I made on my part, okay? So I had my contract at this company for the last year, and it was going great. Once again, and I hate to say this, and I don't mean this in a racial way, but it is kind of true. As a brown person, I'm pretty good at math, especially money math. I've always been pretty good at money math. And I budgeted out. I'm like, okay, so contract ends in December. Check 1, check 2, vacation pay carries me all the way to February. I'm good. I'm golden. I get check 1 and check 2. Great. Things worked out. And I'm like, okay, great. This Friday should be vacation pay. And I contact the payroll. I'm like, hey, just double checking, making sure I'm going to get this. And they're like, yeah, we gave you your vacation pay on every paycheck. No, we didn't take it out of your check. We put it into your check. I was like, so what are you saying? They're like, you've already been paid is what we're saying. I'm like, oh crap. So I'm not going to get like a lump sum on Friday? They're like, no. It's like,
no.
Oh boy. I'm like, okay. Rex made an oopsie. Like, so yeah. So I've been like I was already doing what I'm doing now, but I'm just doing it at a faster rate than I intended to do it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, so like, always read your pay stubs a little bit more closely, and don't just assume where all the deductions are that everything in the column is a deduction. Some of those bitches might be additions. So yeah, there's that. But anyways, you and I actually have to catch up. Are probably sometime this week for sure. I have to do it this week. So at some point you and I will catch up if that's cool with you.
Of course.
Okay, cool, man. Okay, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. If you liked this video on YouTube, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Mostly the subscribe part. Don't really care about the other 2 things. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for day 3 of CES coverage, and we'll go through and see if there's any more news worth talking about. Guys, thanks so much. I've been Arif. That's been Devious. That Boyd over there has been Devious. And I will see you guys tomorrow for sure, and Devious will see you very, very soon. Have a good night, guys. Bye.